Hey guys, welcome into Thy Kingdom Come. We're a podcast where we talk everything Chiefs and NFL. This week's going to be a fun week. I'm not going to tell you how long it's going to be because I've been wrong every single time. I got a
liar.
I got our guy across from me, Deontay. Say what's up, man.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Man. It is morning. So we are recording this on Thursday morning, in case you guys are wondering. And the guy with the brain behind Thy Kingdom Come. That's right. I'm giving you super props today. We got Josiah manning the computer, television, all that good stuff, stats. Anything you want, he's got it.
I've got it.
He's got it.
Better have it.
That's right. He better have it. And if he doesn't, he's fired. It's kind of funny because none of us are getting paid. All right. All right. Okay. Anything to say before we start, boys? Or are we just...
No, I think we're ready to get to it. It's great to be back and you know talk about our fans out there. You know,
all the fans.
Yeah, all the fans. Yeah, all of them.
Here's looking at you guys. Let's just jump into it. We're gonna get the nitty gritty, dirty stuff out of the way first. Stuff that we don't like to hear as Chiefs fans, which I feel like we hear about way too much in off-season stuff. That would be Rashee Rice. So they have put out an arrest warrant for Rashee Rice and a friend of his, Theodore Knox, due to the crash that they were in Dallas. And they have brought up charges that they will be filing against them, one being one count of aggravated assault, which is a second-degree felony and is punishable by up to 20 years in prison. One count of collision involving serious bodily injury, which is a third-degree felony, which is punishable by up to 10 years in prison. And then 6 counts of collision involving injury, which is punishable by up to 5 years in prison per injury. So that's a little rough. So we'll see what happens there. We're gonna jump out of that. We'll update you guys as more comes in as we can. So Deontay, what we got next, man?
Yeah, I just want to talk about some moves that have happened around the league. Some that we'll get to for us as Chiefs, and then some just all around. Just a couple of mentions. We understand that Diggs trade went through. He's with the Texans now. And sources say that the Texans have communicated to him that they will allow him to be a free agent next year, which, hey, you don't know what kind of market we may be looking in for. And a funny fact with that is when the Bills was saying that, hey, Diggs, you can search for a trade. They say you can go anywhere but one place, and that was Kansas City.
That's so dirty.
Guess what? Buffalo don't have a choice next year, just in case, like the Chiefs is like, hey, what are you doing, Diggs? You want to come to a winning team?
Right. And apparently, he's not the only player in the league that the team said that.
Yeah,
their team said that. So
that's how that goes. We got Jordan Mailata. You call him and ask him how to pronounce his last name. But for the Eagles, the offensive lineman, he signed an extension up to $66 million. You got over at the Panthers, Derek Brown, D-tackle.
Yep.
He got a $96 million extension.
Glad we ain't paying that.
Some guys are getting paid, I'll tell you that.
Paid.
You got over at the Patriots, you got Kyle Duggar, safety. Mm-hmm. He got a $58 million extension there, deal done.
That's good.
You got Logan Ryan. He two-time Super Bowl champ. He retired. So
rest in peace.
Yes. Have fun on the couch.
Wait, he's not dead.
No. He's
rest in power.
Yeah, rest in power.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
And then there's the big contract that just illumined around the league with the Jaguars. Josh Allen, the linebacker, not Buffalo Bills quarterback, but
which several news outlets did get wrong.
Yes, they were trying to sucker you in to make sure you watched their post or whatever they had. But Jaguars, Josh Allen, the linebacker, he agreed to 5 years, $150 million. And I guess technically the way that their defense runs. I guess you can call them in. But I can tell you this: some of these defensive linemen. Everybody's like, last year was the big Quentin Williams, for the contract and he got, and these guys are like, man, hey, like I deserve, some more money too.
Right.
We was going around with the Chris Jones deal. Chris Jones get the big money, and now it's just it's blowing up. And this
there's always one position.
Yeah, always,
always one position that like everybody is hammering down trying to get the money for it. So
he and it's an $88 million guaranteed. So I tell you what, the man is he's getting paid. He's getting paid, and I think he's the third highest player per year for defensive players. You got Nick Bosa at 34.2, Chris Jones at 31.8, and then you got Josh Allen now at $30 million. And I mean, the kid I think is like 26 or whatever. So the man is getting a big payday. So,
does he give out loans?
Yes.
Okay, I'll hit him up.
You can send him a tweet, and he'll get that to you.
You can work that out.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you can work that out.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
And then we got a few little Chiefs. We got some Chiefs signings. A couple.
They are big Chiefs.
Yes,
they're not little.
I apologize. They matter. They matter. So we did re-sign Mike Caliendo, defensive tackle. So that's a depth piece right there. And then we re-signed Najee Johnson, the cornerback.
Yep.
So again, just laying out some depth pieces, and it all comes to these guys that have been with us at least for a year.
Yeah.
And I mean, some regarding injury, but we're bringing back depth, and it's pieces that knows the organization.
Right.
So I think that's a big highlight. And then we got, I believe for us, I mean, I don't know about you, but for us, we got a big signing that I would say, and that's Mike Danna.
Mike Danna.
So Mike Danna, who we've talked about previously, about hoping that, as we were looking for just kind of bolstering the defensive line, specifically DN, we brought back Mike Danna, which his contract is set at 3 years, $24 million, $13 million guaranteed. So, basically most of that probably coming within, the 2 years is where most of the money's coming guaranteed.
Yeah.
And then after that, probably depending on just performance and stuff is probably how some of that is written up. So,
which we might restructure later.
Yeah.
We might extend him after the first couple of years. So we'll see how that goes.
You very much can. Mike Danna said this last year: we were relentless, but this year I imagine it being 10 times more. There's dudes hungrier now than they were last year, and he also put out there, he said, more diamonds in red.
Which, let's go.
So listen, I just think that they're coming in confident. We understand what is
for
at
good
hand.
reason.
Oh yeah. We understand that as we're trying to make some history here, and I love it because when you look at just the depth pieces, all the re-signings and things that we have done, a lot of it is bringing back players that have been in the organization. And so, especially on the defensive side, like they know Coach Spags' his game plans. We know that he's going to have something for him this year, and so all the pieces that we really brought back, I think, are huge.
Right.
When you consider the starters and the second strings, just the amount of depth that we've been able to bring back or keep within the organization. Outside of bringing in a few big hitters like the Marquise Brown, but we believe he'll fit right in.
Yeah.
I think it's huge for first and second strings that a lot of us are depth pieces. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited for this Mike Danna because it's so funny because last year Mike Danna took in starting role because when we got Charles Omenihu and free agent and his suspension. So, and then this year, unfortunately, he's recovering from his injury. So, hey, Mike Danna, who was a starter all last year, can step right back into his role.
Right.
Which is awesome. And I love seeing the 3 years. We were signing everybody a lot to 1 year, kind of coming back, but the 3 year helps. And he's only 26 years old.
Yeah.
Again, he's young. So I think, and the defense is pretty young, so I love it. So
Yeah.
I'm so excited to see what these boys do. Like he said, come back hungry.
100%.
So I'm looking forward to that, and man, it's just exciting seeing these moves done. And if I'm correct, we were in the top 51 of the roster. We was around $24 million in cap space, but I think the finalization of Mike Caliendo, Mike Danna with his cap hit will be this year. CEH and Najee Johnson, I think they still have to plug those in. So I don't know. We may be sitting around somewhere between $16 and $18 million more.
Right. Well, and then the Carson Wentz is a little more of a cap hit than we initially thought. It's going to be probably double of what the veteran minimum was. I think it's like just over $2 million. So there's that. But yeah, I mean it's not terrible. We're looking pretty well set for this season.
Yep, I would agree. I think we're looking pretty set, and we know with quite a bit of that cap space left. We understand that some of that will go to draft picks, not a lot, whatever. So and because of that amount of money after moving Snead that went into this, it really allows us that there's some potential to continue moving free agency. I think that we'll do some moves probably after the draft. I think we still need to bring in another probably veteran tackle.
Right. Jerick McKinnon didn't sign until like June or July last year. Like June, I think is what it was.
And I think we still, I mean, we can go in the draft or we can still look at free agent, but I think we can still grab another RB because I don't think with I think Pacheco, we're great. CEH, handling a bunch of the second, and third down role. I think that we can still bring in something there. And it looks like Carson Wentz cap hit's going to be about $2.7 million.
Yeah.
Coming into this year. So, and here's the thing, hey, listen, Donovan Smith is still out there. That's about all left. I mean, I guess Mekhi Becton is still out there. Right. So, I think after the draft, we got some couple opportunities there. And then, also depending some of this status stuff for Rashee Rice, we can go and get another probably veteran free agent wide receiver. And I would suspect probably looking after the draft, I could very much see the Chiefs, reaching out to Creed Humphrey, Trey Smith, Mike Bolton, kind of getting some extension done. I think probably first priority on the docket probably is Creed Humphrey.
Oh, 100%.
Kind of getting that done. I know towards 100%. The end of the year we were all probably pretty frustrated with his low snaps and everything, but I don't know, maybe a little tweaking the wrist, hand, whatever. So I think he'll pick that up. Obviously, he's been great for us. But I think they find something to get done with them there. Guards this year in free agency got big money, so I don't know. Trey Smith could be like, man, I think I may go
big money.
I may go get a little something in my pocket.
Right.
So I think he may fall third. And Bolton, I think with the extensions and the years for Drew Tranquill kind of helps, kind of figure out like we may not need to sign Bolton, but hey, there's we can bring him back. So I think some of those things you can probably look for after the draft with some of this money we got left. So that's what we got there for the free agency.
Nice.
And Chiefs re-signings. And then we're going to get to a little fun little back and forth here. We want to bring up, and we want to, as we are about just a couple weeks out from the draft. Yeah. I know next week we're trying to look to do some little mock draft to have fun there. But we want to kind of go into that. We're looking today to talk about, we want to talk about under Brett Veach as the GM, some draft booms and bust. Right. I think this will be a little fun topic. So let's just kind of talk about this.
And I'm strictly going post Mahomes.
Yeah.
Not the rapper.
Yeah.
Not the singer, rapper, country artist. Post Mahomes. Okay.
Yeah, but we're taking Mahomes off the board here. But Justin, come on, start us off with what do you want to hit? You want to hit some booms, bust, or you just want to hit the? I guess we can hit draft.
Let's just hit the overall, like my overall grade of our drafts. I would give us a B.
Yeah,
like I would give us a solid B. Honestly, probably like B plus because of the percentage of how many players played significant snap is huge.
Yeah, that is true.
It's I didn't look at the stats for other teams, but in my opinion, there's a lot more players for the Chiefs that have had significant time and snaps on offense and defense than what you see with other teams.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of teams, especially if they're picking top 20 in the first round, a lot of those teams, it's like all or nothing.
Right.
Right? How many people get quarterbacks, defense? It almost seems like defensive players and linemen are the most successful players out of drafts in the first round.
Sure.
And because you never know how a quarterback's going to handle the NFL. You never know how a wide receiver is going to take pressure going across the middle of the field.
I mean, just think about it. Like we talked about, the Buffalo Bills, when they did the trade, basically the Mahomes trade that landed us Mahomes, and all the picks that they got from us,
right?
What was that, 2017 or whatever? 5 of their picks, or 5, I think, or 6 maybe, 5 of those 2017 picks are there's one, which is the tackle. There's only one left with the Buffalo Bills from that whole draft season. So obviously a lot of them didn't play a ton of snaps.
Yeah, and I want to go to just cap on 2022.
Yeah,
which is where the majority of our draft capital came from.
Huge.
The Tyreek Hill trade.
Yep.
There is one name on that list that has not seen significant time with the Chiefs, and that's Darian Kennard.
Oh yeah.
Najee Johnson, being injured and stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't really see a lot.
Re-signed,
but he re-signed, and we got some faith in him. But Trent McDuffie and George Karlaftis, by far, definitely first round picks, quality first round picks. You look at Sky Moore.
I think he's a bust for me.
Yeah, you definitely want to see more out of. Last year, you wanted to see
more out of Moore.
More out of him.
More out of Moore.
Well, and I had him on my scale as meh. Like he can catch balls and he's fast, but he doesn't catch them enough.
Right.
He's not a great route runner. We've noticed because he gets locked down a lot.
If we would have drafted him later, then maybe I don't have a problem. But I have a problem with that second round draft.
100%.
Especially with losing Tyreek Hill and things and the depth of our receiving core and the amount of snaps that he did.
Right.
Like we talked about, the amount of snaps that he did played is just very underwhelming. And I don't know. I don't know what
I
it
agree,
takes,
100%.
but that is very underwhelming.
Yeah. Well, in him being a second rounder, like you said, if we take him in 4th round, take him in 5th round, okay, that's he's performed about what you expect out of a 4th or 5th round receiver, right? You don't expect him to boom. You expect him to make plays. He caught a touchdown in the Super Bowl a couple years ago. Cool, that's what we expect.
Yeah, his first touchdown wasn't until the Super Bowl game.
Right.
Within his rookie year.
Right. And then you got a guy like Rice that we draft. What did we draft him? 2nd round as well.
Yep, 2nd round last year.
His first touchdown, first game.
First touchdown, first game.
Right.
I know.
Let's go through the rest of the 2022.
Yeah.
Brian Cook and Leo Chenal, good
studs. Yep,
good
studs.
Players. I'm not going to call them great, but I'm going to call them good players.
Yeah, we see
quality minutes with Chenal when Bolton was out.
Yep,
him and Drew Tranquil fought, which I actually think they play different linebacking positions, don't they?
Yeah, because Tranquil came in at the mic and Chanel is on the outside there, which he had a fantastic postseason.
He really did.
He really kind of stepped out.
He was a ball hawk.
Yes, he was.
If the ball, wherever the ball was, he was there.
Yep.
Even if he wasn't the one making the tackle, you can kind of see him standing right next to whoever's making the tackle.
Exactly.
So he
was there.
He's quality. Brian Cook, we have high hopes for.
Yep. Hopefully he comes back.
Scored the touchdown in Germany.
Yep. Hopefully, the recovery from his injury, he don't lose a step there. But high hopes. These guys are young, man. They're young.
Then you got Joshua Williams in the 4th round,
who is set to become our starter with losing. Well, he is kind of the starter on the other side of McDuffie. After losing Snead, so
it's kind of crazy. So there's 4 defensive backs that we picked in 2022 that are going to get quality minutes, a high amount of minutes.
They're first strings.
Yeah,
Josh Williams, I guess 2nd string, but still.
Right. Well, Jalen Watson, a 7th round pick. Jalen Watson, I put him on my great scale.
Yep.
He did fantastic, especially with Thornhill leaving.
Oh yeah, good call. Yep.
With Thornhill leaving, having
Nickelback.
Yeah, having Jalen Watson come in and like kind of fill as people were shifting around.
Yep.
Him coming in, giving quality minutes, and
Huge.
then
Huge.
Najee Johnson, which we expect to see more things out of. You know what I mean? So
yeah, we're hoping to see that he gets some playing time.
And then another one of my booms, Isaiah Pacheco.
Yes.
The
controversial. It's controversial.
That he's a boom?
I'm being sarcastic.
Dear God. So this one might be.
Oh, he must got a microphone thrown at him. Better keep the statue
Yeah,
aside.
yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, in the 2 seasons Isaiah Pacheco has started, he has as many rushing touchdowns in the 4 seasons that CEH has had.
Crazy.
And it's not necessarily a knock to CEH, because in those years we did have other backs we used as well.
And he had some injuries.
Which
Pacheco stepped into.
Right.
And got playing time.
100%. So, yeah, so Isaiah Pacheco is one of my booms. I think my biggest boom, though, and you'll probably agree on this, has got to be L'Jarius Sneed. Same draft class.
Yeah, I had him.
Willie Gay.
Yeah.
But he was, so the difference being, so I like to think of a boom as like kind of like 3rd round later.
Yeah,
right?
Sure.
Because Willie Gay was 2nd round.
Yeah.
He performed how we needed him to perform out of a 2nd round pick.
Right.
L'Jarius Sneed out of a 4th round pick, like he's not one of the top cornerbacks coming out of or safeties coming out of the draft. Is safety or quarterback? Cornerback.
Yep.
Jeez. He's not one of the top cornerbacks coming out of the draft.
Right.
So it's like anything he does is better than average.
Yep.
It's a boom. You know what I mean? But he
and Dave Mayer turned him into a straight dog, man. We seen he got his pay grade. He got his payday
right
in this trade. So
and I believe we need to constantly give Dave Merritt his flowers.
Absolutely.
Every time chance we get, because that dude's done wonders. So L'Jarius Sneed is
from that same draft class, Mike Danna.
Yep.
Which
I have him on my great scale.
Yeah, who we just re-signed, and he got some decent money. So
right.
For him, and young guy, 26.
Right.
Has played well.
Yep, I agree. So and I'm going strictly from, like I said, post Mahomes.
Yep, sure.
So if we go back to that draft class, Tano Passanio and Kareem Hunt were out of that one. Those are great players.
Yep.
Kareem Hunt after. Right. He had some adversity, and he went to Cleveland and showed he can behave while being a good running back.
Right.
So.
Good way to put it.
That's good. That's a great way to put it. You're so good with words.
Yeah, I'm trying not to get demonetized with how I put things. Because we get paid, right?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Totally get paid. But those are my booms. My booms.
Hey, what's funny is
Derek Nottie was great.
Passanio, he's now over with the Saints. He's another one
right?
that has rejoined
with Willie Gay.
Yeah, Willie Gay, the Honey Badger.
Yep.
Colin Saunders, so they're all reunited.
Colin Saunders was a draft pick for us.
Yeah, for the Chiefs as well.
So 3 of our draft picks are currently defensive draft picks between the front 7 of New Orleans is going to be starters from New Orleans.
Yeah, you guys can have leftovers. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
All right, so how about you start us off with kind of your busts?
So my first bust is I got 2018 second-round pick Breland Speaks. Now, remember this guy for a linebacker. I mean, he was a pretty big fella, and but and I think
where does he rank on your list?
Oh, he's probably Breland speaks. So I did a top 5, and he's probably number. Oh, I think he's.
I put him at 1. I put him because you're wasting a second round pick that played a season and then nothing.
Yeah, I got him at 2. And,
okay.
Well, I get what you said, but yeah, I got him at 2 or whatever. Okay. But you got him at 1.
I've got him at 1.
Yeah.
I mean, there's other guys like 4th rounders and below that are. I'm just like, if they don't make the team,
right?
It's a 4th round. I'm not hurt by it.
Sure.
But Breland Speaks being a 2nd rounder, you want him to perform.
Yeah, that one hurt a little bit.
It hurt.
Yep. So my number 1, I know he re-signed him, but I technically had CEH, just because that was a that was a 1st round draft pick.
I mean,
2020 1st round draft pick. Coming from a top national team, who had Burrow, who had Jamar Chase, who had Justin Jefferson. And I just think as a 1st round, because here's the thing, we always said like, man, does it look like, he's running slow or just different things when he's played?
Right.
Listen, he had an injury and we get it, but the man got a spot taken by somebody who just wanted it, and I think that's the thing behind it. I think Pacheco had that heart, and I don't know, CEH. Yeah, I think CEH is we're looking at his stats so we can now say this, but I think he's a guy that you take later down in the draft, and what his numbers have produced, you'll be like, hey, that is fine for 2nd or 3rd down back, for us. But 1st round, I don't know, man. That it was to me he's just very underwhelming. And because here's the thing, it's all about, your place in your role.
Right.
And I think he's become a role player for us, and that's where he sits.
Right.
But I think as that 1st round, you're thinking 1st round is so valuable, man. It is so valuable. And running back was what we needed. We needed because we needed to bring, defenses up to see the threat in the backfield after everything that went with, Kareem Hunt and all that drama.
Right.
So drafting this guy, we had high hopes. And, so to me, he's kind of my number 1 bust. So, I'm okay with bringing him back and where he's at, but I don't know. He's just that for me. I don't know.
So I know I put this guy as good. Probably could put him as meh. He did play a big role in our Super Bowl this year, but McCole Hardman.
Yeah, I got him on there too.
Mm-hmm. You got him as one of your busts?
Yeah.
I've got him. I don't quite have him as a bust, but looking at his stats here, total in the NFL is 166 receptions for 12 yards.
2nd round pick too.
16 touchdowns. It's all right, but yeah, 2nd round pick. So it's not great.
And here's the thing: the reason why I have him on that is because when we drafted him, we know that there was kind of some drama with Tyreek Hill. They was unsure if anything could come with some legal actions with him.
Right.
And we went to get this guy because he replicated what we were looking for in that. But I can't as we've talked about even. Just out as friends or whatever. I just hate thinking about the fact that several picks later, DK Metcalf gets drafted. And so that's why I'm looking at this guy as a bust, because I'm like, bro, that's what we could have had.
Oh my God. Could you imagine DK Metcalf and Patrick Mahomes right now?
Yes. And that's the only thing that and at the time it would have been DK Metcalf and Tyreek Hill. And you got Travis Kelce. So I understand. I think that our front office need to get out of this profile for receivers, and I hope that we can do that in this draft, because I know that his size, 6'3", 6'4".
Right.
I know his size wasn't what we looked for.
Yep.
But the dude got wheels. I mean, we all look at his rundown on that. What was it? That fumbler pick, and he tracked that guy down.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Would have been a pick 6.
Yes. So
it was a 90-yard. Chase, I guess.
It was a freight train running across that field to track this guy down. What receivers do that? Nobody does. So that's why I think he's a bust for me when looking at, we could have DK Metcalf. And I know his profile of his physique isn't what the Chiefs look for, but it's like, man, we need a few, that's what we could have had. I can't stop thinking about it.
Well, if you average out the stats, it's 5 seasons of about 540 or 440 yards a season. That's not great.
No.
We have our second rounder, Rashee Rice, last year, 938 yards on 79 receptions.
Between Hardman and DK Metcalf, there's over, a 3,000 yard difference of
3,100
yard difference over that with, 20 or so more games Metcalf has played. And Metcalf has 43 touchdowns. And
the amount of targets says a lot, too.
Yeah, we got to move on because I'm going to get mad. I can't stop thinking about it.
Says a lot.
I can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah.
Another one that I have on mine, we kind of talked about it. We don't have to go too much more. But the Sky Moore, second-round pick who, again, brought in to look like, man, we want this guy, coming in and potentially be, number two. Or, number two with because that was when we had Juju and MVS, but him really looking at that slot guy. So I have him there for me. And another to round off the top five is Lucas Niang. He was a 2020 third-round pick, and
we had a lot of high hopes for that guy.
The guy just can't get right. I was going to say that he just can't get right.
Nope.
And so Lucas Niang, he's
there's a reason why we went for Orlando Brown when we did.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I get it. He's still on the roster. He's a depth piece, behind, and he's behind Jawan Taylor. But it's just like, man, there were some more high hopes. He was, a big physical guy, standing at 6'6", 315. He had some arm length. The guy's only 25 years old, but he can't get on the field. So I don't know. For me, he kind of rounded off, that fifth, that top five kind of bust for me.
I can see that. Yeah,
Lucas Niang.
Yep. And I agree. I agree with your top five. Clyde was borderline for me, but looking at the stats against Isaiah Pacheco, who only has 80 less rushing yards in 2 less years. Mm-hmm. He has, about 65 less attempts. And he's only down 80 yards. Like, come on.
Yeah. Shoot.
That's he runs his average. What is it? Average yards a carry is
4.7.
Yeah, 4.7. That's
is 4.2.
Yeah, that's where you want to be. You want to be up towards the 5 mark if you're
Pacheco
an elite running
runs
back.
Like, he is, tilling the ground.
Right. The off season isn't for the players to rest; it's for the fields to rest from Isaiah Pacheco running on.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, all right, well, that was kind of fun.
Yeah. Just as we wrap up here, a couple of my booms that
Oh, you didn't do booms?
Yeah.
My bad. I thought you did booms at the same time I did.
We kind of talked about them.
Shoot, we talked about mine. Mine are more important.
For the record, his order.
Oh, your order of. Oh,
Yes.
okay, got you.
Yes.
I follow.
I would say that 2022 draft class was kind of like a
the whole thing's a
number
boom.
one. You know,
whole thing's a boom.
Yep. I love
Darian Kennard though. I think he's on the Bills. Is that right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Or Bills or Philly. It might be Philly.
One of them.
Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah, he's dead to us. So, and then I got Snead just because he was.
Calm down, Kyler.
Eagles.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Snead was that 4th round pick. So I think he's at that number 2 for sure.
Yep.
And then kind of rounding like the 3-4. I know in 2021. I know we drafted Bolton and Creed in the 2nd round, but I think they've been huge highlights.
Trey Smith,
who was a 6th round 2021
round
draft pick.
Pick 226, man.
And this guy next year he's getting paid.
He's going to be.
I hope we had some money to make work, and that would be amazing.
If he's not top 4 on guard pay,
absolutely,
I'd be surprised.
Oh yeah, he's going to get paid. He's going to get paid. We seen what Tooney got paid when we brought him over, who was even a few years in his career. But Trey Smith, 6th round pick. And the guy is just, man, he is so good. So good. I'm looking forward to him getting paid.
Yeah.
I hope he's with the Chiefs. But if not, man, hey, congrats, man. Congrats. Get yours. And then I I mean, I don't think he's necessarily fit. I mean, because of what they have done and just being in the 1 year. I know he was a second-round pick, but obviously we love Rice.
Yeah.
We led the league in yak yards from a guy who had a 4.5 40.
Right.
So he gets that speed and
shows you that 4.4 and under doesn't always translate.
Yep. And we hope that whatever comes out with his situation, we see him back on the field. But who knows? But yeah, that's just kind of what I got there within that five, and so. Yeah, that's what I got, man. So
okay.
I'm just excited. So,
yeah, man, this was fun. We'll start doing more fun little things like this going forward to kind of engage more with conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
With whoever's listening. Make sure you're commenting about what you want to see, what your opinions on. Do we have bad takes? Do we have good takes? Let us know.
Right.
If you like what we're doing, like it. If you dislike what we're doing, dislike it. That lets us know that maybe what we're doing isn't receivable by whoever's listening.
And if you dislike, we will find you.
We will. We will.
I am
we got
Sicilian.
a stats guy.
I am Sicilian.
True. I have nothing else to do.
Stats guy.
Yeah.
Also, part-time. Well, no, never mind. Monetization. We want that sometime.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was fun. Next week we're probably going to we'll probably do a couple of mock drafts.
Oh,
probably
yeah,
do
man.
one next week, one the following week.
Got to.
And I mean, I think we're pretty well set up to guarantee we will have a night one draft stream.
Absolutely.
We'll probably start about 30 minutes early just to kind of recap what we think. We'll bring snacks. You bring snacks. We'll all have snacks. Deontay's paying for it.
Yep.
Yep. Your snacks and ours.
So yeah, it'll be fun.
I want to come for the snacks. So
yeah,
it'll be fun. You got anything before we head out?
Nah, that's all I got. It was a good fun little session or whatever. So I'm looking forward to these next couple of weeks with this draft. So yeah, man, hope you guys have a great day.
Josiah?
Clyde is steep, but that's okay.
Clyde is steep.
I might put McCall over Clyde, but
okay,
that's my personal. That's
it.
Stats Guy opinion who just types things into the Google search bar. So.
Yeah, right. Pretty good.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess until next time, guys. Thy kingdom come.